Hello, and welcome to Finder and Keeper, the podcast, a podcast for the woman who is on a journey of finding herself and keeping herself. I'm Ashley, and I'm your host. Listen, we are at that time of year where we are all sitting down planning for the beginning of January for 2026. And everybody wants these blessings, they want a beautiful life, and that is perfectly okay. It is okay to want a healthy relationship. It's okay to want more opportunities, more money, a peaceful life. But rarely are we talking about the preparation of it. No one is talking about the version of you that has to be able to hold those things that you want. And today we are getting into the truth of all of those things. We are talking about you cannot hold what you are not ready for. Yes, you can attract it. Yes, you can experience it just for a moment. You could get a taste of it. You can maybe even live in it just for a little bit. But for it to fully be yours, you have to become a different version of the self that you are now. One thing that I've noticed is that, of course, we all have these dreams of having a beautiful relationship, a beautiful apartment, the dream career, the dream life. But like I said, rarely are we ever talking about the person or the version of you that you have to become in order to have those things and to keep them. For example, we might want a healthy relationship, but are we still communicating in ways that feel familiar to when we were in toxic relationships? Are we keeping those toxic habits? We can't have that in healthy relationships. Like I said, you can attract a healthy relationship, but you cannot keep it if you are still using those toxic habits that you've had in the past. You could want stability, but is chaos more comfortable for you? If chaos is more comfortable for you, then stability is not going to be something that you can maintain unless you work to become a different version of yourself. You could want more money, but how are you managing your money now? Are you looking at your finances? Are you budgeting? Are you paying attention to where your money is going? These are things that we have to pay attention to when we are writing down these different versions of ourselves that we want to be or these goals that we have. You have to really take accountability of what you're doing now and understand that these habits are not going to be able to maintain the life that you want and the life that you deserve. You can want something with your whole heart and still not be prepared for the responsibility that comes with it. And a lot of us confuse wanting something with being ready for it. And those are two completely different things. And the wild part is we do not lose things because we didn't want it. We lose things because we weren't prepared for it. Self-sabotage is real. It is real. And it is always going to be that little quiet voice in the back of your head constantly throwing things out at you. It can cause you to push things away just because people are treating you well and that's not something that you're familiar with. It can cause you to question good things, literally to the point that they start to fall apart because you assume that people will hurt you because that's what you're used to. That's self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is not trusting certain opportunities because it feels too good to be true. And we've all been in those situations where we're thinking, okay, yeah, this is a little bit too good. I don't think this is actually for me. I don't think this is real. I don't like what this makes me feel like. And that is okay. But we do have to understand that there has to become a point where you stop self-sabotaging the good things that are happening to you. Because the more you do that, the more you're going to keep pushing away every opportunity that comes your way. You can talk yourself out of exactly what you prayed for. And the whole time you think that you're protecting yourself, and really all you're doing is just protecting your old habits. The old habits that we're not even taking into the new version of ourselves. Your old habits cannot survive the life that you want. Something has to go. It's either the habits or it's going to be your dreams. Which one are you going to choose? I think we also get to a point where we focus too much on being ready for whatever it is that we have planned for our future. Readiness does not look like preparation. It does not look like being completely ready to take on that version of you, the opportunities, the relationship, all of those things. Readiness looks like capacity. It looks like you having the capacity to take on what is required in this new version of you. Readiness looks like being consistent. Readiness looks like being emotionally aware and emotionally available. It means taking accountability instead of being defensive in different situations. Readiness means trusting yourself enough to know that you have the ability to handle whatever it is that is going to be thrown at you, to be able to show up even when it feels uncomfortable. And most importantly, readiness looks like being able to let go of that survival mode era that you might have been in order to have the life that you have now and to be able to still stay alive with so much that you may have going on. But you cannot bring that survival mode mindset into this new version of you. You literally don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to be able to have the space for the growth to get to where it is that you want to be. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to have space to grow. And that's what I mean by having capacity. Because you don't really need to be in the perfect situation a lot of times to get the blessings that you want. Many of times, people who do get their blessings, they're not in the perfect situation, but they were able to hold everything that came with the blessing. They were able to grow in that blessing merely because they know how to adapt, they know how to communicate, they know how to emotionally regulate, they know how to be consistent, and they know how to show up without losing themselves. And that is a very big one, because here's something that a lot of people don't talk about. Every blessing that you get is going to come with a responsibility. A good relationship is going to require communication. More income is going to require discipline and boundaries with your spending. If you want new opportunities, you're going to have to be able to be organized, and you're going to have to be able to follow through on your word. And if you want peace, you have to be okay with letting go of situations and things that just no longer serve you. If you want to elevate, you have to be willing to let things go. Girl, you're not going to be able to elevate for free. Elevation is never free. It's never free. You have to be willing to make a sacrifice in order to get to the life and the goals that you want. Elevation is not free because we pay for it in discipline. You pay for it by becoming someone your future self can rely on. So when we ask for more, we need to stop and ask ourselves, do we have capacity? Do we have the ability to take on what is required for the elevation that we are looking for? One of the most underrated seasons that is required getting to your blessing is the preparation season. Because at this point in time, nothing looks big, nothing looks grand, nothing even looks promising. But the thing is, everything inside of you is changing. It has to. During your preparation season, you will be healing from things that might have once triggered you. Certain people, certain situations, certain things that triggered you before, you're getting able to handle those. That's what the preparation season looks like. Healing from those triggers, breaking cycles instead of repeating them, having uncomfortable conversations, practicing habits that you want. You want to start waking up early. That's what we're doing in the preparation season. We're waking up early every single day. I know sometimes we might want to sleep in. Okay, we might be able to give ourselves that. But in preparation season, we want to focus on waking up early. Let's go ahead and start waking up early. Showing up like the version that you are wanting to become. You have to show up as this person every single day. If you want to have a better life, become a better person, have more opportunities, you have to show up for yourself every single day as the person that you want to become. Because this is the season where it feels like nothing is happening. It feels like you're doing all of this work, you're hearing no good news, you're getting no congratulations, you're getting nothing. It is a quiet season, quite frankly, and it feels like none of this stuff is working. But the truth is, all you're doing is building up that capacity, building up the room for God to give you that blessing that you're wanting for you to get the life, the income, the opportunities that you are wanting. This is the season where it happens, preparation season. The blessing is literally never the hard part. It is keeping it. Keeping the blessing is going to be the hardest part. And in order for you to be able to keep it, you have to go through that preparation season that's going to feel like nothing good is happening. You have to be able to go through the struggle, go through the fight in order to learn how to hold on to that blessing. Because, girl, you're not waiting on the blessing. You're not waiting on the blessing. The blessing is waiting for you. The blessing is waiting for you to figure out who you need to become in order to keep it. I think a lot of us have been in situations where we thought we were ready for a blessing, thought we were ready for opportunities, and we weren't quite there yet. And that is a hard thing to deal with. But one thing that you do learn when you get a glimpse of these opportunities or dreams that you want to live is that you realize, oh, it's going to require so much different. It's going to require a different version of myself in order to maintain this. And that is really all our blessings are waiting for. It is waiting for us to realize, hey, I need to change this about me so that I can live in this blessing, so that I can live in these opportunities, have this income, have all of this that I have been wanting. It just requires you to wake up every day and become better. So, for example, if you are wanting a healthy relationship, but you feel like you are struggling with communication, you shut down when there's conflict. It does not mean that you are a bad person, but what it means is you need to work on your emotional intelligence. You need to work on being able to have those difficult and uncomfortable conversations without thinking that someone is attacking you. It's not always an attack on you. It's not. A lot of times it is merely just a conversation that you need to learn how to have. You just need to build the emotional tools to be able to have the love that you are praying for. And you will get it. You'll get it. All you have to do is keep putting up the work. If you want more income, sit down today and work on that budget. Sit down and see where your money is going and where it doesn't have to keep going, okay? Like if you're doing a lot of shopping, maybe let's take a break from that. Let's sit down and see where can we maybe start paying things off? Where can we start saving money? That's a way to help to build the tools that you need to be able to manage the blessing that God has for you. If you want more opportunities, sometimes people are watching you. People are watching you and they are just waiting to see if you can be consistent. They're waiting to see if you can follow through for yourself, because if you follow through for yourself, you can definitely follow through for someone else. But if you're consistently not showing up for yourself, those opportunities are not going to come. And that is something that I had to come to terms with, because there are all these opportunities that I wanted, but how can I have an opportunity? How can someone give me an opportunity and I'm not even showing up for myself? A lot of times, the things that you do not have right now is not because you don't deserve it. It's just because you are not ready for it and you just need that wake up call. So here is my reminder to you. You can definitely attract things that you want, but you cannot keep them if you are not ready for it. Take this episode as a sign to go ahead and start working on your capacity. Do the inner work. Strengthen your habits. Become the better version of you that is ready to take on the opportunities, the growth that you want. And once again, thank you for listening to Finder and Keeper. And if this episode hit home for you, go ahead and leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next week.